Who is the greatest villain we've ever seen on a big screen?
Performance-wise or just
Performance-wise.
powerful-wise?
We'll say performance-wise.
I mean, it's Heath Ledger. I would give it Heath Ledger.
How he did Heath Ledger was really a villain that we didn't understand. Like, everything that he did was... He didn't do it for money. He just did just to do it. Just to see everyone just screaming around. Just to make them go a little crazy. He wanted to make them like... You're like Batman, you're no better than everyone else. You know, you're just like one of them. Kind of.
But I'd actually give it up to Thanos. I loved the way they did Thanos. I feel like I was almost rooting for him in the first movie. I was like, oh my god, dude, I understand. Like, that's less traffic I have to drive through when I'm going to work. Like, I 100% like get it. Like, I was like, dude, like, I 100% get it where you're coming from. So I think Thanos did an absolutely incredible job. I also really like from X-Men, I really like Magneto, the young Magneto, the guy who plays the young Magneto. Yeah. I think he does an awesome job playing Magneto too.
Josh Brolin is definitely my top one right now. Just the way not only he personifies the role of a villain in that movie, but even the way he like changes his demeanor, like as far as how he talks, and he waits. Like I know they did a scene, they wrote a scene for that, but like the way they broke it down, he's sitting there playing with rocks. I definitely put Heath Ledger second as far as my villain, just because I felt like, and unfortunately, he got into that role. He got into that role 100%.
I mean, that was his movie. Even though he's the main character, but that was his movie. That was insane.
I don't know if you I don't know if there's ever been a time, even like especially prior, that like you said, a villain has been able to own the movie like this. You're right. When you to me, when you even think of the Batman trilogy, the first thing that comes to your mind is the villain, the Joker.
Even his first scene, like
yes,
robbing the bank, and you're just like, whoa.
Yes, you're just blown every time, and they did it so perfectly with the origin story. Because what's the origin story? Every time he's telling his origin story, it's a different origin story.
Exactly.
So you're right. So you just great. Don't understand this guy to the point that you're like, holy cow. He did such a remarkable job on that whole thing. But that does go to the point of like judging like a new Batman. Because no one thought Heath Ledger. I remember when they casted Heath Ledger as Joker, everyone hated on him.
Was he coming off of Brokeback?
Brokeback Mountain. Yeah. He was the actor from Brokeback Mountain. Everyone hated on him. Everyone said he wasn't going to do a good job, and he killed it. So I do think when an actor steps into one of these roles, we have to kind of give them a chance. You go in there with that mentality that they're going to suck, they're going to suck.
I think I actually read somewhere that Robert has been like working out, which he actually hates.
I'm sure, dude.
I think it said like he actually hates to be in those type of environments, but I mean he
when you are Batman, just because the suit gives you abs doesn't mean the person doesn't have to have abs.
You could be like Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck had a body double.
Like, whatever.
I swear, during the workout scenes, you know those workout scenes with him there?
No
he
way.
Literally has a body double. That is not Ben Affleck. I know. He has a body double.
But then you see the pictures of him out and like getting Starbucks, and he's all...
I mean, he was so swollen to begin with.
Big. He's a big dude, but he's not a cut dude. He's a big boy, but to take off your shirt and have complete definition of 8 abs is different than being a big boy.
Right.
Like, you can be a swole dude and look good in a t-shirt, but you might not take off the shirt and have a defined
I did not know
body.
That's
so
crazy.
He literally had a body double in those scenes. Yeah.
Okay, flipping the script on that.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
How do we feel about losing Superman?
Confession here. I really like Superman versus Batman. I really like that movie. I walked out of that movie really liking that movie. I don't know why a lot of people hold DC to this standard that I guess they're just not meeting. I really like Superman versus Batman. I really like them as Superman. I like this take on Superman.
At this point, everybody knows like Marvel, they're top dogs.
Yeah.
And if you go in there with that mentality, like you have to blow me away, and I mean 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna meet expectation. It's hard going off like being second, trying to. Meet this instead of just being, who you are and like trying to,
Because I have an older sister, right? When she was maybe 11 or 12, we slept upstairs. It was a 2-story house. She was sleeping in this room, and she says she always would dream, or she either says she saw a girl in there. It was a young girl, probably like younger than her. She said she would see her in there every single night, And of course, my mom and grand said they don't see anything. But she saw her every night. And it got to the point where she had to switch rooms. But I've never had that experience. So it's always just interesting to me that people who live in the same household don't experience all that same, like not at the same time, but never experience it.
Gotcha.
So as always,
Stay fresh.
Stay hungry.
Stay driven.
and stay humble.